about how it ends though, so if that's fair. Um, but we're starting with cats and dogs though. We're not even we're not even there yet. So cats and dogs is first. This is a 2001 film, and it's such a silly concept. It's funny that it exists. I remember liking it as a kid. I'm gonna look it up on Wikipedia, so it maybe helps a bit. But yeah, Nightcrawler's really good though. Rice Rice Baby, highly recommend it. But no, this movie isn't terrible, but it's not amazing. It's the same director of Son of the Mask, which is one of the most infamous bad movies of all time. But this one was a hit, Cats and Dogs, and Cats and Dogs I think was part of the reason why this movie, why they gave the director Son of the Mask. But yeah, no. So basically, this takes place, and it's a good concept, but it does seem like an idea that would maybe be more well suited to an animated film, because it's about these dogs and cats that when the adults, when the humans, I should say more specifically, aren't watching, they are taking part in espionage and spies and have super high tech equipment, and there's a underground like FBI type organization, but it's ran by dogs. I think they make a lot of jokes like, I think it's Canine Intelligent Agency, and instead of CNN, it's Canine News Network instead of. Actually, don't know what the C in CNN actually stands for. Central? I actually don't know. But anyway, hope this is working. Yes. Okay. Cats and Dogs, Wikipedia. Let's see what's it got to say. And yeah, this is a kids film, but it's and it's definitely a kids film. But Jeff Goldblum's in it. It's such a huge cast. John Lovitz. Jeff Goldblum is one of the few that's not just the voice of a dog. Alec Baldwin, Tobey Maguire is the main dog. Tons of actors, like I said, John Lovitz, Billy West, lots of names. But what I do like about this film, though, is that I do appreciate the mixture of CGI and live action, and even puppets as well, which is a form of live action too, I know, but still, it's an interesting melding and mixing up of these different mediums, and I kind of like that aspect of it. But I watched some reviews of it, and some points I agree with, some I didn't. But one of the points that I agreed with is that I don't mind the CGI mouth for the most part. They say that someone I saw reviewing it said that they thought that it just looked like these dogs aren't really paying attention. They probably have like treats wagging in front of them. They look disinterested, but they're dogs. Like that's just the way it is. I actually don't think that's that big a deal. I thought it still worked. It's a cute idea. It's a fun movie. Not every joke is gonna be a hit. I wouldn't recommend this to like adults. Like this isn't the same caliber as something like Toy Story, that I would say is so good that for both adults and children, even though it's technically a kids movie. This is definitely more of a kids movie, but I didn't hate it. It had some good bits. Jeff Goldblum's funny. Some jokes made me laugh aloud. One of my favorite jokes I will explain. Like I said, the basic plot is cats and dogs. They're fighting against each other, but in a sort of Cold War spy espionage type manner. And the whole plot is that Jeff Goldblum is a scientist, and he is working on the cure for dog allergies. And cats don't like this because if dog allergies were cured, then apparently there wouldn't be as much use for cats or something. I don't know, that part doesn't make that much sense. But what I do like about the backstory that they did is they explain it in a sort of intriguing way, and I kind of liked it, that they showed the ancient hieroglyphics in Egypt, and they said people saw these and thought that it meant that cats were being worshipped by humans, but it really meant the cats were ruling and they were their overlords. So in this, the cats are trying to take over the world and dogs are trying to stop dogs are the good guys and cats are the bad guys in this film. But no, it's very funny. And one note is that the villain is, it's kind of funny. This Mr. Tinkles is the cat's name. But one of the going back to my original point from a little while ago, one of the things that I thought was really funny. Oh shit! I should really quickly change to just chatting also, because we're not in just chatting. We're in music. But I'm just chatting, so we should probably change. But yeah, like I said, one of the jokes that I really liked, probably one of my honest thoughts. Let's just go with it. It was my favorite joke in the whole movie, probably. Made me laugh, but there was one of the dogs is trying to cut wires on a bomb. I know that sounds silly, but one of the other dogs is trying to explain which wire to cut, and they say, this book here, it says to cut the red wire, and it's like, the red wire, but we're colorblind. We're dogs. Dogs are colorblind. It's like, oh yeah, cut the dark gray one. and that was funny. That made me laugh. It was like, that's good dog humor. Obviously, there's got to be some jokes, like fart jokes and just things you're not gonna find funny. But it's a kids movie. Those jokes are for them. I feel like I really did like this as a kid more. Similar feeling to when I watched Rocket Man 1997 with that Harland Williams, I think his name is. If I got that wrong, I apologize. But yeah, the similar feeling to watching that movie again, because it's a movie I liked as a kid, but now it just doesn't quite hold up the same way. Hello, guys. Okay, I'm back logged into Disco. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch this horror show. I know. Tubi took it away. It's okay, though, Stevie. It's okay. But yeah, cats and dogs. It was kind of fun, though. Like I said, huge star-studded cast. Tobey Maguire, John Lovitz, Jeff Goldblum, Alec Baldwin, Elizabeth Parks, tons of... Let's just see... and Billy West is one of the Ninja Cats. Sean Hayes is Mr. Tinkles. Pretty funny. Honestly, some of the lines are pretty funny. And it ended... Spoilers, sort of alert, but, it's just sort of a joke that I thought was funny at the end. And I don't think I'm really spoiling much. Obviously, the good guys are going to win. It's a fucking family film. That's how these go. But the good guys, like I said, are the dogs in this movie. And they sort of win. And the way that they beat the cats is at the end they send Mr. Tinkles to this maid and all her sisters, and they dress up the cat in different funny costumes. And they're just howling laughing. And I laugh, and I like this part because... it's so over the top how funny that they think putting these costumes on this cat is. And obviously the joke is that the cat doesn't like this. As we're shown throughout the movie. They do not like being made fun of like this. But no, I like this movie generally. It's not perfect, but it was kind of fun. And it was a sort of like crazy idea. Ambitious, that's the word I'm looking for. It was an ambitious idea. Elizabeth Perkins, not Elizabeth Parks. Whoopsie daisies. Wrong name. 83 minutes long. Yeah, it wasn't that long. And it didn't feel that long. But yeah, like I said, this was a hit. $60 million budget, which for the time was been relatively high. But it made $200 million, so that's a return. Good job. But anyway... yeah, 2001. What a year for films, hey? Pootie Tang, this, Freddy Got Fingered, other movies. Anyway, I'm Freshly Baked, you sorted out. You just got followed. Oh my god, thank you, Stevie, for telling me, otherwise I would have missed that. Thank you, Stos. If I'm saying your name wrong, I really do apologize, but thank you so much for the follow. Much love. Thank you for being here. If you're a streamer, let me know. I'll shout you out. First time, no worries. Awesome. How are you doing? Are you a streamer? What up, my friend? Welcome to the party. We're talking about cats and dogs. Have you seen this movie? If you have, what do you think of it? This goes to everybody also. You seen this movie? What do you think of it? I want to see if we got anybody in the Movie Talk channel. If anyone wants to talk to me about this movie or Nightcrawler, which is coming up, come on down into the Discord. And we can party. Stevie shouts, you stream occasionally, you gotta shout out. Stevie's on the ball, thank you, Stevie. But yeah, no, back to this film. Like I said, it's fine. It's got its problems, but I couldn't help but kind of enjoy it, and I respect like what they tried to do, which is make a movie where the main characters are dogs and cats in a live action setting, which is, if you think about it, extremely difficult. So considering that, the final product isn't that bad. There's little things that don't make sense, you just sort of let it slide. Like there's a scene where the dogs are in this like underground sort of like train going to really fast, like a rocket train underground, basically is how I can describe it. And they're showing like the dog's mouth going back, like flying back in one scene, but then the next scene that's just not there. So there's certain things that just don't make sense, but you let it slide. Anyway, I don't know that movie. I think that's okay. It's Cats and Dogs. It was 2001 film. CGI is used to make the mouths of the dogs and cats move. Some of the dogs and cats, there's certain shots where there's puppets and there's CGI. It's a mix of mediums, and I do like that. But I feel like maybe this whole film should have just been an animated film, like Toy Story or something. And that would have given the characters more life and more three-dimensional feel, because it's really just like Tobey Maguire's face on a cute beagle that looks like it doesn't know what it's doing. But it works well enough, and like I said, it's super ambitious, and I appreciate what they tried. Boo CGI. I know. But when it's a fully animated film, that's different. But yeah, the mix. Sometimes I don't mind it if it's a good mix, like Jurassic Park. That's like a perfect example. But mostly, the CGI in that movie is just to round it out for the parts where they couldn't make the robots move like that. It was originally supposed to all be animatronics in Jurassic Park, but it just couldn't be done at the time. I want Bela Lugosi wrestling a rubber octopus. We all want that. Nightcrawler felt very Y2K era to me. Interesting. It was 2014. They have like the technology to be in like 2014. What made you give that feel? I mean, let's talk about it when we get to that. We're not there yet. We're still on Cats and Dogs. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much good for talking about it though. The reception, I think people generally liked it. 54% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not that bad. It's decent. 5.5 out of 10. I feel like this changed because I swear that I looked at it more recently, and I think these ratings are all lower now. I swear I saw 5.1 on IMDb. Let's even look it up to make sure. I'm curious. Cats and Dogs, IMDb. Is it really 5.5? I feel like it went down because things can go down quite easily and up on IMDb. But I wonder. Yeah, it's 5.1. I'm right. And there's also a bunch of these movies. There's Cats and Dogs 2 and Cats and Dogs 3. Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore. Oh, Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite, 2020. So this series has been going. They've made 3 of these films. I'd imagine the first one is probably the best. That's usually the case. Not always the case, but usually. But yeah, 5.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, they said it was like 50 something. But I think, they're right about that. 54%. But I think it's like 37 for the audience rating of it. Yeah, 32%. So it's not even quite fresh, but I don't know. This movie isn't like offensively bad or anything. I wouldn't say anyway. Kitty Galore, oh my fucking god. Yeah, we'll get there one day, hey? Okay, but yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up this one. I generally liked it, but it had a lot of problems. But I think the nostalgia factor might have been why I kind of enjoyed it. And also it's really short, and Jeff Goldblum's in it, and I just like him. But and it's like a goofy plot, but it works enough for me anyway. It had some problems, but it was fun. So I'm gonna rate it now. Let's put on a beat while I do that. But yeah, generally recommend, but more so for kids. Like I said, it wasn't as good as when I was a kid for sure, but I think it's not a bad kids movie. But definitely not gonna win any huge like prizes like Academy Awards or anything like that. But I wouldn't say it's a bad film. Some people might say it is, but I didn't hate it. The jokes are hit and miss, but it's a fun kids movie. Not all the jokes are for you, you know. But anyways, that's how I feel. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, just like me. But yeah, I'm gonna put on a beat while we rate this. Here we go. On to the booty drive. Rap show music. This is. Let's put on Too Much Taters, Not Enough Toilet Paper instrumental. Here we go. From P. Swankin's time. This is how I feel about it. Cats and dogs. 6.2 out of 10 dogs. You know, it was alright. It wasn't terrible. It was kind of fun. I appreciated what they were trying to do. Did they succeed in every angle they tried? Maybe not. But they tried, and it has Jeff Goldblum, and it was kind of fun. So 6.2 out of 10 dogs. That's what I'm going with. Alright.